Hello everyone. In a previous video lecture, we have studied the different types of modulation technique. Then after that, we have seen the amplitude modulation technique. Now, in today's lecture, let us see the concept of frequency modulation, that is FM, and phase modulation, that is PM. As we know that both these are the types of angle modulation. So let us start with the first point, that is frequency modulation. We know that this FM is a system of modulation in which the frequency of the carrier is varied in accordance with the amplitude of the modulating signal. So here the amplitude and phase of the carrier signal remains constant. Only the frequency will change. So here the information is conveyed why the frequency changes. Then the FM was first practically tried in 1936, which is an alternative to AM. Then we know that the FM transmission is more resistance to noise than AM. So the time domain display of this FM wave we can see in this figure. So here one modulating signal is there. This is the modulating signal, or we can say the information signal is there, and the one carrier signal is there. Okay, so here the third waveform, this is the second waveform, which is the instantaneous envelope of the modulating signal and carrier signal. So we can observe that the amount by which the carrier frequency varies from its unmodulated value, then it is called as deviation. So we can see here the deviation in the second waveform. So here the deviation is basically denoted by the symbol del, which is made proportional to the instantaneous value of this modulating voltage. So the rate at which these frequency variations, or we can say the oscillations, takes place is equal to the modulating frequency, that is FM. So here the amplitude of this FM wave always remains constant, and this is the biggest advantage of FM, where the amplitude of this FM wave remains constant. Okay, so here next term is the phase modulation. So in phase modulation, it is very similar to the frequency modulation. The only difference is that the phase of the carrier is varied instead of varying the frequency. And in case of frequency modulation, frequency will change. Okay, and in case of the phase modulation, the phase will change. So the amplitude of the carrier remains constant. Okay, so as shown in this figure, we can say that as the modulating signal goes positive, so here we can see this is the positive half cycle of the modulating signal, and this is negative half cycle of the modulating signal. So as the modulating signal goes positive, then the amount of phase lag increases with the amplitude of the modulating signal. So here we can see the phase lag will be there for the positive half cycle. Then the effect of this carrier signal is stretched out, or its frequency is lowered. Okay, so in second case what happened, when the modulating signal goes negative, so after completion of this positive half cycle, it will goes towards the negative half cycle. So when the modulating signal goes negative, then the phase shift becomes leading. So we can see here the leading phase. So this causes the carrier wave to be effectively speeded up, or we can say the compressed. So the effect is as if the carrier frequency has been increased. So thus the phase modulation produces the frequency modulation also. Okay, in previous figure we can see here for the positive half cycle, there are maximum cycles are present. We can see this is the positive half cycle for the modulating signal, and here for the positive half cycle we can see the number of cycles are more than the negative half cycle. In similar way, for the negative half cycle, there are less number of cycles as compared to this positive half cycle. Okay, so this is the main difference between the positive half cycle and negative half cycle in case of phase modulation and for the frequency modulation. Then after that, let us see the modulation index for the FM. As we know that for the AM signal, the modulation index for AM is the simply ratio of EM by EC. that is the maximum peak voltage of the modulating signal to the maximum peak voltage of the carrier signal. In a similar way, we can also define the modulation index for the FM wave also, which is given by this formula. MF, that is modulation index of FM wave, is defined as the ratio of frequency deviation upon modulating frequency. So here this frequency deviation is denoted by del and the modulating frequency is denoted by f of m. So here the modulation index MF is very important in FM because it decides the bandwidth of the FM. So the modulation index also decides the number of sidebands having significant amplitudes. So in AM, the maximum value of the modulation index M is 1. We have already studied that the maximum value of modulation index in case of AM is 1 or it is lies in between 0 to 1. But for FM, the modulation index can be greater than 1. That is, it should be always greater than 1 for the FM. Okay. So that next point is the deviation ratio. Okay, so here in case of modulation index, it is the ratio of frequency deviation by modulating frequency. Then after that we must know how to calculate the deviation ratio. Okay, so here in FM, the broadcasting, the maximum value of the deviation is limited to how much? 75 kilohertz. Okay, and the maximum modulating frequency is also limited to this 15 kilohertz. So that the modulation index corresponding to the maximum deviation and maximum modulating frequency is called as deviation ratio. Okay, so here in case of modulation, if we deal with the frequency deviation and modulating frequency, then we'll get the modulation index, and if we deal with the maximum deviation to the maximum modulating frequency, then here we can calculate the deviation ratio. Okay, then in AM wave we have studied the mathematical representation of AM. In a similar way, here we can also calculate the equation for the FM wave also, and this FM wave can be represented as E of FM is equal to A sine in bracket omega ct plus M of F sine of omega mt. So this is the expression for the FM wave. If we observe this equation, then we can see this MF is nothing but the modulation index for the FM wave, and this is the function of sine wave, that is sine omega mt. Okay, then after that in AM we have studied the frequency spectrum of AM wave. In similar way we have to study again the frequency spectrum of FM wave. So what happened here, actually the expression for this FM wave is not simple because it is a complex term. Why? Because this FM wave is the sine of again sine function. So that's why the only way to solve this type of equation is by using the Bessel function. अगर आपका इक्वेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स टर्म में आता है और ये जो आपका गिवन इक्वेशन है फॉर द एफएम वेव, सो इट विल बी द फंक्शन ऑफ साइन वेव, सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स मोर डिफिकल्ट टू सॉल्व. ओके, और जब भी आपको ऐसे टाइप के इक्वेशन सॉल्व करने होते हैं देन वी हैव टू यूज हियर द बेसेल फंक्शंस. सो बाय यूजिंग द बेसेल फंक्शंस द इक्वेशन फॉर एफएम वेव can be solved. Okay, so here if we write this equation in case of the Bessel function, then we can write E of Fm is equal to A in bracket J0 M of F sine of omega ct plus in terms of J1, J2, J3, J4 up to Jn. Okay, so using this equation we can observe that the FM wave consists of carrier, and the first term in this equation is represent the carrier. Means what? This first. This is the carrier term which represents the carrier in terms of the sine omega ct. Okay. Then after that the FM wave ideally consists of infinite number of sidebands. As we know that in case of AM there are 2 sidebands and 1 carrier signal. But in case of FM, there are n number of, or we can say infinite number of sidebands. So all the terms except the first one are the sidebands. So here the amplitude of the carrier and sidebands is dependent on the J coefficients. So this is the J coefficient which is expressed from this J0 to J4, J5, J3, J6 up to Jn. So the values of these coefficients can be obtained from the table, or we can see from the graph. Okay, and after that we can observe some important conclusions. That is, as the value of these J coefficients are dependent on the modulation index MF. So this J is totally depend on this MF, that is the modulation index MF. So here the modulation index MF determines how many sideband components have significant amplitudes. Okay, as we know that if you want to calculate here the frequency spectrum, then we have to know here first the amplitude values. Okay, so in case of FM, this amplitude values can be calculated using this J1 and MF parameter. Then second conclusion is that some of the J coefficients can be negative. Therefore, there is a 180 degree phase shift for that particular pair of sidebands when there is a negative value for the J. Third point is the carrier component does not remain constant. That means as this value of this J0 and MF is varying, the amplitude of the same carrier will also vary. So however, the amplitude of FM wave will remain constant. Okay, so that's why the carrier component does not remain constant, it may be vary. The next point is for a certain values of modulation index, the carrier component will disappear completely and these values are called as eigen values. ठीक है, जिसमें आपका जो भी कैरियर सिग्नल होता है वो completely disappear हो जाता है for the certain values, जिसे हम eigen values बोलते हैं. Then last point is in FM the total transmitted power always remains constant. जो भी आपका total power होता है वो कभी भी constant रहेगा. It is not dependent on the modulation index. जो भी आपका modulation index होगा इसके ऊपर ये depend नहीं होगा. So the reason for this is that the amplitude of FM signal, that is A, is always constant. Amplitude उसका constant होने की वजह से आपका जो power होगा ये भी आपका constant रहेगा. That means what? P of T, this is P of T, that is total power, is equal to A divided by root 2 bracket square, or we can say total power is equal to A square upon 2R. So this is the total power transmission. Okay, then next point is to study the practical bandwidth. So as we know that the bandwidth of FM wave is infinite. क्यों? Because यहाँ पे number of sidebands present हो गए, but practically it is calculated based on how many sidebands have a significant amplitudes. Okay, so in order to find the practical bandwidth of a rule of a thumb, that is Carson's rule is used. It states that the bandwidth of FM wave is twice the sum of the deviation and the highest modulating frequency. So using this formula, that is, this is the Carson's rule. So using this Carson's rule, we can find the bandwidth of the FM wave. That is 2 in bracket, del is nothing but deviation plus FM is the maximum, or we can say highest modulating frequency. Okay, so this Carson rule gives correct results in the modulation index is greater than 6. So it will applicable if the modulation index will be the greater than 6. So this is the frequency spectrum of FM wave. We can see. So here we can see that the theoretically the bandwidth of FM is infinite, but practically it is depend on the number of significant sidebands. So here in case of AM, what happened? There are some limited upper bands and there are limited lower bands. Okay, but in case of FM, there are infinite numbers of sidebands, that is upper sidebands are there, and in similar way infinite number of lower sidebands are also there. Okay, so here in practical way it depends on the number of significant sidebands value. So the number of sidebands having significant amplitude will increase with increase in the value of the modulation index, that is M of f. Okay. Then after that we know the basic concept of this FM wave, that is the bandwidth of FM should be constant. Let us see how the bandwidth should be constant. Okay. So here let us prove it by taking one example. Let us consider first an FM system with a deviation. We know that this deviation, that is del, is denoted by del symbol. The value of this del is given, that is 75 kilohertz, and FC, that is nothing but carrier frequency, is given, that is 100 megahertz, and the maximum modulating frequency, that is FM, is also given, having value 500 hertz. So here with the help of Carson's rule we can find out the bandwidth, that is equal to, bandwidth is equal to 2 in bracket del plus FM. The value of del is 75 and the value of FM is 500 hertz. So we have to convert it into the first kilohertz. So it will give 0.5 value. Okay, so this bandwidth becomes 151 kilohertz. Okay, now keeping everything else unchanged, assume that if this maximum modulating frequency value is 5 kilohertz. Okay, then what happens? Then we have to calculate here again the new bandwidth. In case of the first case, here the value of FM is 500 hertz, but in second case, here we want to take the value of FM is 5 kilohertz. Then what happened? Here the bandwidth is 151 kilohertz, and in second case bandwidth is 160 kilohertz. So comparing equation number 1 and equation number 2, then you will find the corresponding to the 10 times increase in the modulating frequency. Because in first case we have to take here FM is equal to 500 hertz, and in second case it is increased 10 times and becomes 5 kilohertz. Okay, so here due to that the percentage change in the bandwidth is only about 6%. Okay, so here that's why we can say that the FM is called as constant bandwidth system. So this is all about our today's session. I hope you will like and enjoy. We will stop here with motivational quote. Today's motivational quote for you is, the best project you will ever work on is you. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.